Howdy all, I'm Adam the Renaissance Nerd. I said I would talk about this when it became real solid news, if it was actually going to happen, and lo and behold, it is happening. Nelson Peltz is starting a proxy war for control, or at the very least a couple of seats on the Disney board of directors. Fight on, Nelson Peltz nominates himself, former Disney executive Jay Russell, for board seats. Let's read the details, and then we'll talk about the goddamn obvious, as well as what does this mean? Nelson Peltz has formally asked Disney shareholders to elect himself, as well as former Disney executive Jay Russell, to the company's board of directors at the annual meeting this spring. The activist investor, who was allied with Ike Perlmutter, we'll talk about that in a second, holds a war chest of about $3 billion worth of Disney stock. Trian, in its own proxy statement today that followed Disney's earlier this week, reiterated complaints about Bob Iger's leadership and Disney's significantly underperformed its peers and potential. It's no surprise this is happening. We've been waiting for the actual evidence, the actual moment of truth that Peltz is going to start this proxy war to control Disney's board of directors. Here it is. And why is it happening? Because Bob Iger is bad at his job. Maybe always was. 15, almost 20 years ago, yeah, it might have looked like he knew what he was doing. Buying Pixar, buying Lucasfilm, buying Marvel Studios. These things are hot. Disney was on top of the world in terms of its parks, its hotels, its animation, its merch. It could do no wrong. But then what happened? He put people in charge of these companies, or removed people who were in charge, like John Lasseter, who knew what they were doing, and allowed the, let's just say, decline to happen. Let's look at Lucasfilm. Kathleen Kennedy, not equipped to do this job. Star Wars was profitable, flourishing in 2012. Books, comics, games, merch, everything under the sun, selling, making George hundreds of millions of dollars a year, turning him into a billionaire long before Disney bought him out. George sold it for reasons we're not going to go into today, but lo and behold, here we are a decade later, and what's happened? Disney Star Wars is a failure.
That is why you fail.
Yes, the sequel trilogy movies grossed billions of dollars, but what was the actual net profit? They hide that little factor, don't they? Look at the rest of the Disney Star Wars landscape. The High Republic, complete failure. The boondoggle that was Galactic Star Cruiser, billion-dollar boondoggle, mind you, complete failure, had to shut it down. Galaxy's Edge, nobody really goes there. Regular merch doesn't happen. Disney Plus Star Wars shows are a failure. We'll come back to Disney Plus in a moment. But that's Disney Star Wars. Doesn't make money, doesn't move the needle, has alienated all its real Star Wars fans with only the Disney stans who circle jerk themselves on X Twitter. Pixar could do no wrong. Toy Story, Cars, wonderful movies that made children happy and families comfortable and safe. Then what happens? John Lasseter gives a hug and gets Me Too'd out of there. And where are we now? Turning red, Soul, Elemental. Failure after failure after failure. Pixar, which used to be guaranteed box office gold, now guaranteed box office dud. Their own animation studios, Wish, we know how that happened. And then the MCU, what was the crown jewel of it all, hasn't made a profit on a movie in 4 years. Sorry, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, made enough to buy Kevin Feige a sandwich. Not doing much else. There you have it. That's the failures of the entertainment landscape. But let's not forget Disney Plus. Bob Iger created Disney Plus. That was his baby back in 2013. And what happened? Nothing. Money goes in, nothing comes back out. These series that got up there, from She-Hulk to Ahsoka to Mandalorian, they cost $200 million a piece and bring in no profit, no subscribers. Nobody buys the merch because nobody cares. That is the legacy of Bob Iger. Buy a lot, no return on investment. But Bob Iger is happy to pay himself a lot of money, $31.6 million paycheck last year. Good job, Bob. Way to go. But you had to fire 7,000 people to do it. Here we are. Nelson Peltz, and he's got angry people like Ike Perlmutter, who was running the MCU pretty well until Bob Iger let Kevin Feige run him out of town. In the end, if Nelson Peltz succeeds in this proxy war, in this little bit of coup, nabs a couple of seats, does this save Disney? I don't think so. There's no saving Disney Lucasfilm. There's no saving the MCU at this point. Pixar maybe can be saved, but they'd have to stop relying on properties that nobody cares about anymore. Listen, nobody's lining up really for Toy Story 5. They really aren't. This is the bonfire. It's burning brighter, it's burning hotter, and I can't wait to find out what happens next. And we'll find out in the spring. Will Nelson Peltz win his proxy war? Will he force Bob Iger out? Wait and see. Okay, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you're new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here on YouTube. Hope to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic do not care about whiny Stan, fake fan, and SJW fifis. Hit the notification button, show my videos you like or impeaching. By all means, leave a comment. Love to hear from the true passionate fan out there. I care what you think. I do not care. I really do not care what the fake fan stands and SJWs have to say, because 201, they're all whiny little crybaby cowards behind keyboards that are dumb as bricks. Thank you again for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to reach out to me, please email me at theranernerd@gmail.com for all channel business purposes. I am on Twitter now, mostly for promotion and sharing of videos, maybe a little shit stirring here and there, who knows, @theranernerd. You can also find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can see me on Rumble and Odyssey under the Renaissance Nerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.